everyone, it's Miss Madeline. Welcome to another math class. We are going to work on lesson number 8, so please open up your books on page 797. Area of composite figures. Now first of all, we're going to learn what is a composite figure. A composite figure is made up of two or more figures. To find the area of a composite figure, you have to decompose the figure into smaller parts. Now, let's see. Shrubs, trees, flowers, and plants can be bought at Mr. Corley's nursery. What is the area of the nursery garden at the right? Now, we are going to find the area of this figure. Okay? Now, can you see that you have different measurements? Now, this figure is a composite figure. Why? Because it's made of two figures. Can you see? We are going to draw an imaginary line. This is one figure and this is the other figure. Now, as you can see, rectangle number 1 is this one, 8 yards and 10 yards, and rectangle number 2 is this one. Now remember, area is equal to length times width. This is very important. Remember that we are going to multiply to find the area. 10 times 8 is 80, and let's find the area of this other rectangle. Now, in the book we are going to find 12 times 8. The multiplication table of 12, we didn't learn it. Now, an easier way to solve this is to decompose. We are going to decompose 12 as 10 plus 2. We are going to use a distributive property for this. Now, remember, we decompose 12 as 10 and 2. 10 and 2, and this number 8 does not changes. Now we multiply. 10 times 8 is 80 and 2 times 8 is 16. Now we add 80 plus 16 is 96. The area of one rectangle is 80 and the area of rectangle number 2 is 96. To find what is the area of the whole backyard, we are going to add 80 plus 96. The area of the composite figure is 176. Next page. Now, find the area of, let me do this. Example number 2. Find the area of the composite figure. Now, as you can see, there are 3 figures that make this composite figure. As you can see, they already separated for you guys which are the 3 figures. This composite figure can be broken into 3 rectangles, right? Now, one rectangle, we know that we're going to decompose this first rectangle, okay? We know that the length is 12, and how do we know that this part is 2? Well, we need to subtract 10 minus 8, which is equal to 2. Where do we get this 8 from? Can you see that this side is 8? So that means that this little part is 2. Why? Because 8 plus 2 is 10, or 10 minus 8 equals 2. So we know already that this rectangle is 2 meters wide and 12 meters length. Now, let's find the area of these 2 other rectangles. Now, this side is 3 and this side is 8. You get this information from here, as you can see. Can you see? 3 meters, 3 meters, and 8. Now, we are going to find the area of each part. Rectangles 2 and 3, they are the same size. Can you see? Both of them are 3 meters wide and 8 meters long. So let's see. Remember, this is very important. Area is equal to length times width. The area of the first length of the first rectangle is 12 times 2. By using the distributive property, we are going to decompose 12 as 10 and 2. Remember that this number never changes. Okay? Now, 10 times 2 is 20, and 2 times 2 is 4. Then we add 20 plus 4 is 24. So the area of one of the rectangles is 24. Let's find the area of these two rectangles. Remember, area is equal to length times width. We multiply 8 times 3 is 24. Now we add. We're going to find the whole area of the composite figure. We know that rectangle 1 is 24, and we know that rectangle 2 and 3, each of them are 24. So we add 24 plus 24 plus 24 is equal to 72. The answer is 72 square meters. Now, let's see number 1 from guided practice. Find the area of the composite figure. Show your work. Now, the first thing that you have to do is to separate this figure into the figures that make the whole figures. Okay, so to do this, we can do an imaginary line, so we can find that this figure can be made by this rectangle and this square. Okay, now we are going to find the area of rectangle number 1 and the area of rectangle number 2. How do we do that? Remember, area is length times width. So first we need to multiply 5 times 4 to find the area of rectangle number 1. Rectangle number 1, the area is 20, right? Now, we need to find the area of rectangle number 2. I numbered them so you can see which is rectangle 1 and which is rectangle 2. Now, remember, area is equal to length times width. In this case, we only have width. Why we cannot say 7 times 3? Because 7 is the length of the whole part. Okay, so we need to find what is the length of only this part. Now, how can you do that? Can you see that this part is 4 and this part we do not know it, but we know that the whole part is 7. We can find by subtracting. 7 minus 4 is 3. So we can say that the length of this part is 3. So how are we going to find the area of this square? We multiply 3 times 3, which is equal to 9. After we do that, we add this. And as you can see, the answer is 29. Okay, next page. Find the area of each composite figure. Show your work. Now, let's do this. So, first you need to decompose the composite figure, and we're going to do it like this. There is rectangle 1 and rectangle 2. Okay? Now, we're going to find rectangle 2 first. Remember, area is equal to length times width. 9 times 8 equals 72. Right? Now, let's find the area of the other figure of rectangle 1. Now, you have to pay attention. Can you see that the rectangle 1 is a little bit bigger than rectangle 2? So we cannot say that the length of rectangle 1 is 10. Now, what do we do to find the difference? We subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. So we multiply 4. No, I'm sorry. It is 10. I'm so sorry. It is 10, so we multiply 4 times 10. Yes, it is 10. I'm sorry. Miss Marlene is confused. So we add 72 plus 40 is equal to 112. I'm sorry. Now, let's find the area of figure number 3. We draw a line to find the two figures that make this composite figure. Okay, we find the area of this first figure, which is 2 times 10 is 20, and we find the area of this other figure. This is shape 1 and shape 2. How do we find it? We multiply 5 times 3. Why? Because area is equal to length times width. Okay, and we add 20 plus 15 is 35. Now, let's do number 4. Now, we can see that here we can decompose this as maybe this. Let's see. Let's decompose it like this. First, we're going to find the area of rectangle 1. Or we could also decompose it like this. Okay? Let me erase it so you can understand. Sorry about this. Okay? Let's start again. Now, let's see. Let's decompose it as these two figures, like this. Okay? Now, this is figure 1 and this is figure 2. Let's find 1. Area is equal to length times width. We know that 6 times 3 is 80. Now, we know that this whole length is 9 times, how are we going to find what is the width? The width is 1 because it says that here is, no, 6 times 2 is 12 and 9 times 1 is 9. I'm so sorry, you guys. This should be 12. I'm so sorry. 6 times 2 is 12, and 9 times 1 is 9. That's why the answer is 21. Okay? So sorry about this. Number 5. We are going to decompose this composite figure as like this. Okay? Let's find the area of the first one. 9 times 4 is 36. And we're going to find the area of this part, which is 11 times 2 is 22. Okay? And then we add 36 plus 22 is 58. Okay, number 6, we do not do it, so turn your page. Okay, so problem solving, we are not going to do it. So let's start with my homework. My homework, the first page is already done. Remember, the area is length times width. Next page. Now, find the area of each composite figure. Show your work. Now, how can you decompose this first figure? You can do it like this. This is rectangle 1 and rectangle 2. Now, let's start. The area of rectangle 1 will be 6 times 4 is 24, plus we need to find the area of rectangle 2. Now, the area of rectangle 2 cannot be 12, because one part of this is already 4, so that means that only this part over here is 8. Why? Because 12 minus 4 is 8. Now we multiply. 8 times 3 is 24. So the area of this composite figure is 48 square centimeters. Okay? Now, let's do number 2. How are we going to find the area of this figure? Well, we need to first find which are the two figures that make this composite figure. Now, this is rectangle 1 and this is rectangle 2. Now, we multiply 9 times 4 to find the area of this rectangle, which is 36. And now we're going to find the area of this other rectangle, which is 9 times 2, which is 18, and then we add 36 plus 18 is equal to 54. Okay, let's see if we are correct. Yes. The answer is 54 square minutes. Okay, vocabulary check. Draw an example of a composite figure. You can copy any of these examples. Remember that composite figures are figures that are made of two shapes, two or more figures. Now, number 4. The composite figure shows the floor plan of a bathroom. What is the area of the bathroom? Okay, so we are going to make the two figures that make this composite figure. This is rectangle 1 and this is rectangle 2. Let's find the easiest one, which is rectangle 1. 11 times 4. Why do we multiply? Because when we find the area, the formula is area is equal to length times width. So 11 times 4 is 44. This is the area of this rectangle. 11 times 4 is 44 plus, let's find the area of rectangle number 1. Now, rectangle number 1 is telling me that the length is 7, but we do not know the width. But we do know that the whole width is 8. But we know that one part of this figure is 4. So that means that this part is 4. Why? Because 8 minus 4 is 4. Now we multiply. 7 times 4 is 28, and then we add 44 plus 22 is 72. The area is 72 feet square. Let's see if we are correct. Yes, we are. And the answer for number 5 is 72 tiles. The answer for number 6, what is the area of the composite figure shown? 16 square units. How do we do this? We only need to count the squares. Okay, hope you understand. Bye.